We're on the clock now, where we give our panelists about 15 seconds each to sound off on the following topics. First up, officials in San Juan County and the city of Farmington are taking issue with Governor Susana Martinez's campaign claims that she hasn't raised taxes. They are facing a loss of subsidies called hold harmless payments that localities have received since the state decided to exempt food and some medical services from gross receipts taxes back in 2004. But those payments are being phased out thanks to a bill passed in the 2013 legislative session. Farmington officials say they will lose about $157,000 the first year of the phase-out and about $2.6 million annually once all the payments are phased out. They face deep budget cuts in law enforcement, health care, mental health, the fire department, and other services. The alternative? Raising taxes. Sophie, towns and cities, they're in a bit of a rock and a hard place here. I'm wondering if the legislators are going to hear this clearly this session.
I think they're going to, because my sense is that the rural communities in particular are really hit hard by the loss of that income. And at the same time, there's a real desire to keep regressive taxes, especially off of lower income individuals.
Food tax particularly.
Yes.
Yeah, you know where that money went was to pay for $240 million in corporate tax cuts. And sadly, Intel was included in that. They got about $25 million, and a few months later they said they were cutting 400 jobs. So it really was a tragedy.
Rob? I don't know where the money is going to come from, because you've got what prompted this change in 2013 was the fact that $140 million the state was losing. So if you go back to the old way, then you're going to go back to the original problem. So I think probably, even though it's a bitter pill to swallow, it's probably better for local governments to buckle their own belts and try to get this thing done.
That's where the administration's coming from in their quotes as well. Rachel?
One of the ideas being floated to offset the hold harmless issue seems to be bringing back the food tax, and it seems like right now, with the economy, with where we rank in hunger, especially child hunger, I doubt that that's going to have legs.
That's a rock and a hard place right there, isn't it? That's a tough one. Children's health and anti-hunger advocacy groups, joined religious organizations in Santa Fe last week to speak out against changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP as it's called. Now, at that hearing, Human Services Department spokesman Matt Kennicott defended the proposed changes, which would require adults to receive food assistance to look for work or take on job training and community service, restoring requirements that were in place before a 2009 temporary waiver was put in place due to that recession we just talked about. Now, Javier, your organization, SWAP, has come out strongly against these requirements, saying it would make no sense for a state that's 48th in job growth to require people to have jobs to get food assistance. Just color that in a little bit. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a political move. It's being done across the South. And it really is trying to score political points by attacking poor people. Because people, think it makes sense. People should work if they're getting benefits like that.
Gotcha.
But all the research reveals that it doesn't create jobs, and there are no jobs in New Mexico that these people can go for.
Is that the fundamental problem here? There's just no jobs. Where are these people supposed to go?
I actually can conceive of an unintended consequence, which is I am required to do some sort of community service. What does that look like? And does that community service replace paying jobs? I feel some discomfort with that.
I'm going to watch. That's an interesting point there, Rob.
I'm going to be snidely whiplash on this. I don't see what the problem is here. I mean, it's going to affect an estimated about 15% of the people. If you're a pregnant woman, you're exempt. If you're a student, if you're a part-time student, you're exempt. You are a full-time student. If you've got
I'll throw in interest of time. Child care is a major problem for SNAP recipients. Major problem.
But if your kid is in school if your child is under the age of 6, you're exempt. If your child's in school, I think that if you're able-bodied and if you're on disability, you're exempt as well. If you're able-bodied, I don't see any reason why you cannot at least try to find a job. And the 8 people HSD say that they will give someone to accompany you to help you find a job, or if you can't find a job, then try to get community service.
There you go. Rachel Sams, what do you think?
I do think that the strongest argument of the opponents to the changes is certainly the jobs issue and whether the jobs are out there to be had.
Exactly. Thank you all very much. We're going to do the rest of these on the clock, on the web. Join us there. And as always, all of us here at New Mexico in Focus appreciate your time and your effort to stay informed and engaged. Catch up with us anytime on social media by searching New Mexico in Focus. And you can find archived interviews and often bonus material from our shows on our YouTube channel and at newmexicoinfocus.org. I'm Gene Grant. We'll see you next week in Focus.